Welcome to Chatnite, we bring you good vibe, we shine on the light. Welcome to Chatnite, we bring you good vibe, we shine on the light. We all over the world, Chatnite Africa. We all over the world, Chatnite Africa. Welcome to Chatnite, we bring you good vibe, we shine on the light. Welcome to Chatnite, we bring you good vibe, we shine on the light. We all over the world, Chatnite Africa. Chatnite Africa. We all over the world, Chatnite Africa. Welcome to Chatnite, the only place that we give you good vibes. Chatnite Africa. Welcome to Chatnite, all over the world we are shining the light. Chatnite Africa. Welcome to Chatnite.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Voices of Africa on Chatnite. My name is Divine Nchamukong, and I'm anchoring this broadcast from Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. A few days ago, I watched two amazing kids. The two sons, 9 years old, of Mr. Roger Mbianda in Boston in the United States. Quite frankly, the performances of these two young children in martial art got my attention. So I decided to meet them, hoping that by the end of it all, I'm not walking away with broken jaws. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for choosing to watch this exhilarating broadcast. You are going to watch martial art performance live. Now, I know you must be wondering who these kids are. Here are the Mbianda kids. Watch. Okay, those are the kids who will be performing live. Now, but I'm going to also ask them some questions. Before we get there, I'd like to take them a little away from the screen and have a little performance, what really got my attention. Now, hang on and watch this. You're about to be thrilled.
Fall in.
Yes, sir.
Attention. Face each other. Sparring stance.
Turn.
Touch gloves and begin. And time. Attention. Bow to each other.
Okay, that's you just watched the Mbianda kids. That's Tendo Mbianda and Blessing Mbianda. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time we meet those thrillers. The 9 years old, they are 9 years old, and you're going to have, you think they're young, you will be carried away, thrilled by what they know about martial art, Taekwondo. Now, I don't even know. When I grew up in Cameroon, I used to hear of karate. So I don't even know what the difference is between karate and Taekwondo and all that stuff. We are about to get into martial art class. If you are ready, now, welcome with me, the Mbianda kids. Well, you see, today I decided to put on a short sleeve shirt. That way, if I have to run away, my suit and tie would not be holding me back. Hello, Tendo Mbianda and Blessing Mbianda. How are you this evening?
We are good, sir.
Beautiful. Now, let me first talk to Blessing. Blessing, am I safe in your hands? Am I safe in your presence today? Am I safe?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. If you give me guarantees that I'm safe, then I can sit here and talk with you. Otherwise, I was just going to cut and run at some point. Now, Blessing, what is the branch of martial art that you are involved in?
The branch of martial arts I'm involved in is Taekwondo.
Taekwondo. And what's your rank?
Say that again.
What's your rank in Taekwondo?
Yellow advanced, as you can see here.
Oh, I see. Now, how many ranks are there in martial art? I know of black belt, I know of yellow belt. That's true, but how many other ranks are there? Let's say when you just get into martial art, when your father, your parents got you into martial art classes, did you have any belt color when you got in? A Blessing, answer first.
Yes, I had white belt.
Oh, you begin with white belts.
Yes, sir.
So how long did it take you to go from white belt to yellow belt?
9 months.
Say that again.
9 months.
9 months. Was it the same thing for your younger brother Tendo? Did Tendo also take 9 months?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when you have a white belt and then you move from a white belt to a yellow belt, Blessing, tell me, what do you have to do? Do you have to do bam, 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 bam? Do you have to do that? Believe me, this is the little I know in martial art. Tell me, how do you get from white belt to yellow belt?
So every month you do a tip test, and there's 3 tip tests. Every tip test, they test you to see if you're ready for a stripe. If you get all 3 stripes, you get to go to graduation. And if you do good there, you get your next belt.
Beautiful. And ladies and gentlemen, you are watching these 2 amazing kids. They assured me that in their presence I'm safe. Otherwise, I wouldn't dare meet martial art children for an interview. Again, I'm hoping that by the time this is over, my jaws are all intact. Tendo, how did you, before I even get to asking you how you got to martial art, what's the difference, Tendo? What's the difference between karate and the taekwondo?
The difference between taekwondo and karate is that in karate that you fight them. It's not for self-defense. It's to learn how to fight back if you need to. And taekwondo is used for self-defense. That's why there's blocking in taekwondo, but there's not that much blocking in karate. The ka in karate actually means fire, as in force. Then taekwondo is it's heaven and earth, Chanji, the name of the first form.
Okay. Now, I like to see, we want to see an actual performance. You're going to take the chair to the side. Let us see Blessing go first. I will put Blessing alone on the screen to show viewers what he is made out of. It looks like you guys are made out of spines of steel. I like to see that, and people watching now want to see. Again, the reason I'm wearing the short sleeve is I feared that. I was so terrified coming to interview you that way. My suit doesn't disturb me if I have to cut and run at some point, but you have assured me that I'm safe in your presence. So let's see what Blessing can do. Put the chair aside. Let me see some martial art display by Blessing. By Blessing first. Blessing Bianda. Take the chair aside. Very good. And you can start. I'm going to put you alone on the screen. You can start.
Attention! Bow! Ready position! Go! Chanji form. 19 movement. Performance. Begin! Turn! 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 Attention! Bow! Dismiss.
Yes, sir.
Wow. This is unbelievable. All right, now, that's a blessing. Let's watch Tendo in action. You go.
Attention. Bow. Ready position. Turn! John G. Ford, 19 performance. Begin. Turn! 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 Back to ready position. Turn! Attention. Bow. Dismissed.
Yes, sir.
You are watching martial art live on Voices of Africa on Chatnite. We have only just started. We've only just started. My name is Divine Chamukong, and I'm anchoring this broadcast from Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. And the reason why I brought these kids, these two amazing kids, I advise you to not mess with them, is because I discover talent. And each time I see children, especially children of color or African Americans or American children of African descent display such talent, I want to bring them on the show. If you're just joining us now, I decided to wear this so that if I have to run away from these dangerous kids, my suit and tie, don't disturb me. Now, let me ask you too, and probably Tendo will answer this question now. Tendo, tell me a little bit, why did you decide to go do martial art?
The reason why we decided to do martial arts is because we saw this movie called The Karate Kid, and we said, oh, that seems good for self-defense, and it seems cool. So then I got obsessed with Taekwondo. So I asked my friends for a coupon. So the coupon allowed me to sign me and Blessing up for Taekwondo.
Yes, the same thing with your brother. What made your brother choose to do martial art?
The same thing.
The same thing?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You have friends in school, do you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Are your friends terrified of you?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Do they know that you do martial art?
Yes, sir.
And they're not worried about being your. Do they feel terrified or they feel safe in your presence?
I feel safe, sir.
They feel safe?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. Now, you decide to do Taekwondo. What makes you want to do Taekwondo instead of the other areas of martial art? By the way, let me know what other areas of martial art are there? Your younger brother first.
There is jujitsu. Jujitsu is wrestling, but you cannot put your body on your opponent. You have to use your limbs as your legs and your feet, your legs and your arms only. You can pin them down, you can restrain them, or you can just stop them from attacking you.
Wow. Now, how about there's one they call kickboxing? What's the difference between kickboxing and Taekwondo?
The difference between kickboxing and Taekwondo is that kickboxing, you need equipment to fight. Taekwondo, you do not use equipment. Kickboxing, there's things like jab, cross, the hook, axe kick, pumping kick, and then Taekwondo, there's other more popular moves like the front kick, side kick, and sweeping the leg.
All right. Now I'm going to come back to you. Let's see. I have a video of you, which I'm going to play to the audience to see when both of you engaged each other really hard. Here we go.
Fall in.
Yes, sir.
Attention. Face each other. Sparring stance.
Turn!
Touch gloves and begin. And time. Attention. Bow to each other.
That's beautiful. And you are watching the Mbianda Kids. And martial art live today on Chatnite Africa's broadcast, Voices of Africa. You're watching Taekwondo, and these kids are Mr. Mumbalingwa, who is the director of transmission, is asking, who are these young fighters? They are Taekwondo kids, yellow belt. Now, let me bring them up on the platform once more. Let's welcome them. Blessing and Tendo, the question I'm going to ask each of you, apart from learning the techniques of martial art, what does martial art do for you, for your personal development? Does it help you in your personal development, character-wise? Does it help you?
It helps me with discipline. They don't show us punches and kicks. When we're done with the last move in our form, we stay there until they say back to ready position. That is showing discipline to their orders. We can do the same at school, but if the teachers tell us not to fight each other or hurt each other, don't go ahead and do it because someone is provoking you to a fight.
This is what surprises me. I mean, you have all these fighting techniques, and somebody provokes you to a fight and just walk away. I mean, doesn't it make you feel like you are weak? You are a weak guy when you have all the skills to fight back and defend yourself.
Yes, it sometimes makes us feel weak when we walk away, but we remember that it's not because we're weak that we're walking away. It's because we have discipline and the other person doesn't.
Now, at what point are you willing to say, you know what, enough is enough, and you show your skills? What would lead you to that moment when you say, you know what, I've got to fight, I've just got to fight?
When you tell them to stop, or like you tell the teacher but they don't stop. If they do it again, you need to attack back to show them why they shouldn't have done that.
When we were growing up, we took names like Shaolin, Bruce Lee, Wang Yu, and so on. When you learn these things, these techniques, Blessing, does it occur to you that you should take one of those great names in martial art, Bruce Lee? Have you heard of Bruce Lee?
Yes, sir.
And how about Shaolin?
Yes, sir.
Now, who is your hero? Is it Bruce Lee or it's Shaolin? Blessing, you go first.
I'm going to say Bruce Lee.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Yes, and Tendo?
I will say Shaolin.
Why would you, what impresses you about Shaolin and not Bruce Lee?
It's because Shaolin is very powerful. His routine in Taekwondo is very strong. For example, he does several workout activities, and he He even kicks a hard metal pole, and it doesn't hurt him at all. And the most dangerous of all, sometimes he even puts a drill through his head and still survives.
And your brother, what is it about Bruce Lee that makes you say, wow, this guy was exceptional?
Bruce Lee doesn't train for the fame or the show. He doesn't work out in the way a bodybuilder will to get like muscular. He does it fast so his attacks are faster and stronger.
Interesting. The question everybody asked me or told me to ask you is, how are you able to do this and still go to school, do well in class? Because this takes an awful lot of time, of your schedule. Blessing, how are you able to do this and still do your academic work?
So at school, after school, we usually go on days that are usually after school. Like we come back from school at like 2:30, and our karate classes on Mondays are 4:45 to 5:30.
Interesting. Now, I'm going to take myself away from the screen, and both of you are going to face each other right away, live on Chatnite Africa. Are you ready? Are you ready to do that?
Yes, sir.
All right. We want to see what you can do. All right. I'm going to take myself away, and you start.
Turn!
And time.
Beautiful. That's all right. I'm going to chat with you again. I have some questions for both of you. Beautiful. You are well positioned on camera. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, you are watching not Shaolin and Bruce Lee, you are watching Tendo Mbianda and Blessing Mbianda facing each other live in martial art Taekwondo brand. Yeah, that's what they're doing, Taekwondo, live on Chatnite Africa. Now, how far do you want to go with this, Blessing? You first.
I want to go until the last belt. Master degree black belt. That's when I can start teaching classes, and that's when I know every single move in Taekwondo.
And Tendo?
I also want to go to the very last belt.
Now tell me, yeah, go ahead.
Because when I get to that belt, then I will not be learning any new forms. So it gives me enough time to review the forms I already did, so I don't forget them all. For example, our teachers, they have 3 classes. All 3 of them are doing different forms, and they remember every single form they're doing. And then it kind of amazes me how they don't forget the forms. That's what I want to do when I'm in 4 years.
The one other thing, how long would it take you from white belt to black belt if you were training consistently and persistently? how long will it take you to have a black belt? Blessing first.
I'm gonna estimate 4 years and 9 months.
Wow. That's and how many days a week do you go for training?
2.
Interesting. Are there times that you look forward to going like to the Olympics or to becoming international taekwondo master?
Yes, sir.
There is
That's
the
what
one. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's
Go
what they're
ahead.
training us for. There's also tournaments in the dojo. You have to sign up to get you ready for the Olympic tournaments.
Today we are talking about taekwondo. What really is the meaning of taekwondo? Who wants to answer? Yes, go ahead.
The meaning of taekwondo is the way of the hand and fist. I mean, the foot and fist.
Okay. You want to add? Your brother wants to add?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Tai means fist. Quan means foot. And Do means way.
Wow. So tell me, where did this originate from? Taekwondo that you do, where did it originate from? Blessing wants to answer first.
It originated from Korea.
From?
Korea.
Oh, from Korea.
Yes, sir.
I'm learning a great deal from you. I used to think that all of this originated from China.
No, sir.
Now, what brand? Because when we see the Shaolins and so on, in our ignorance, we are thinking that they are all Chinese and so on. So, speak to me a little bit. Which of the martial art types originated from China, if you remember?
Karate is from Japan, and then Kung Fu is the one from China.
Oh, okay. So Kung Fu is Chinese.
Yes.
Karate is Japanese.
Yes.
Now, Taekwondo is
Korean.
Oh, honestly, I'm learning a great deal. Now, how is Kung Fu different from Taekwondo?
Kung Fu is very different because Kung Fu has never changed its name ever, and it has been here for thousands of centuries. And people use it for self-defense only. And when you know Kung Fu, you don't actually attack them. You kind of, if people are all fighting you, like 4 people are fighting you, you can make them fight each other by doing maneuvers, like holding them and then bashing them to each other.
I see. Now, you do Taekwondo. Does Taekwondo have a particular language? How do you get to understand when your instructors are teaching you? What language are they using? Now, Taekwondo originated from Korea. I'm glad you taught me that. I'm in a martial art class today, and you too are my instructors. So, what language do they teach you in?
They teach us a little bit of Korean, like Churiet is attention, coconut is bow. And those are the words that they teach us.
Wow. Now, when you decided to do this, did your parents introduce you to it? How did you get to thinking that, okay, going into martial art is what you wanted to do?
Yes.
Who wants to answer? I know your dad is in the military, but did he influence your decision to go into martial art? Blessing, you want to answer first?
Yes, sir. So, in a way, our father kind of did encourage us. Because in the military, you defend the world from war. But Taekwondo, you can basically do the same.
I see. When you got there and you saw these big instructors and doing all kinds of things, did you say, this doesn't look like what I want to do? Tendo?
Yeah.
Were you scared at some point to join? I mean, you have all these guys with black belt and so on. Were you scared to join?
Yes, I was
Maybe that somebody could knock the teeth out of your mouth?
Yes, I was very scared. But when I finally joined, I realized that they're separated into three groups. The very highest ranks that are very good at fighting, that could knock me out, they are not in our group. It's only white belts, camouflage belts, yellow advanced belts, and orange advanced belts. Those are the only belts in my group.
Now, how many color belts, how many colors of belt are in this whole thing called Taekwondo?
16.
16 colors.
Yes, sir.
I'm including camouflage belt because it's kind of a default belt. Like when you don't go to graduation, they will still give you a camouflage belt. Or if you're ranking up from the littlest class to the middle class that we are in, then they'll give you a camouflage belt.
So at what point do you say you are the super master? What's the best, the belt that the super master has? The color, what's the color?
About 5th degree black belt. That is the highest rank that is in our dojo, and it's held by our teacher, Master Lima.
So what's the color? Is it red? Is it black? What is it?
It's black, and it has 3 golden stripes right here.
Okay. Do you look at him and say, hey, this is the guy I will have to one day beat?
No, not really, because he's our master, and by the time I'm old enough to fight in the tournaments, I don't think he'll still be here.
Where would he have gone to?
Because I don't think 9-year-olds are allowed to go to the tournaments because we're still young, and I don't think they'll allow us to fight older people because we might get beat up.
You might get beat up. Listen, from the time that you are white belt to the point that you are the black belt 5th rank with the gold stripes, you estimate it should take about how many years?
I think it will take 5 years.
5 years. And you are determined to get there.
Yes. From our point, it will take us 4 more years.
Both of you just amaze me. Now, are there times that you can do, now you're doing Taekwondo. Can you do Taekwondo and also do Kung Fu or do Karate? Can you do a blend of all of it?
In fact, our dojo actually does kickboxing, karate, and Taekwondo. So we get a little mixed up. But kickboxing is only on Thursdays and Fridays. That's why we have to wear equipment on those days. And then Saturdays is karate. And then the rest of the days, Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, is Taekwondo.
No, talk to me. So you are doing a combination of all of this. Oh boy. I'm just, you know what? Your dad is in the military and is a strong guy, but I'm sure that by the time you get to 5th rank, you can just walk around the streets with you guys and not have to worry about anything. Now, would you advise other people, African children, to do what you are doing? If yes, why? Let me start with Blessing.
Yes, sir. Because if they join Taekwondo, they can defend themselves from bullies, kidnappers, or even prisoners on the loose.
And your brother, what's your answer?
I would say yes, because it's good for your education and self-defense. And if you just want something to entertain yourself, you can be learning Taekwondo. And it will also teach you about the history of Korea. Like the forms are named after things. Like Dangun is the person who justified Taekwondo as an actual martial arts. And that is the second form, Gun Fu.
I have to tell you this. What is I find really most amazing about both of you is that you have all these fighting skills and yet remain so humble. And here is why. I was reading a book and somebody said, if you want to know who somebody really is, give that person some form of advantage over other people. The question I'm going to ask both of you is, what makes you so humble? Even when you can fight and you can attack, you can defend, what makes you so humble? Blessing, you look like a very humble guy. What is it that holds back that sting in you?
So in Taekwondo, we do respect things like we bow on the mat, we bow to the instructor when we're leaving, we bow to each other after sparring. And they also tell us that if you're humble, then you're a good person and people aren't actually going to fight you. So you don't have to use your Taekwondo skills that much. And if you're not humble and someone wants to fight you, you're just going to fight them back and get in trouble.
Let me hear from your brother. I mean, you have all these skills, and what I'm getting from you is you use it as a last resort. What is it that controls that the instincts in you stops you from demonstrating your skills to your friends? Hey, look, you mess with me, don't mess with me, don't mess with me. What is it that holds you back? Talking to your brother now.
So, if they're trying to provoke me, I really feel like striking back. We're all human. We aren't perfect. But I learned how to restrain myself and not kick or throw a punch or kick because I'm the one who ended it, so I'm getting in trouble.
So in essence, your skills get you to be very self-disciplined. You build this element of self-discipline in you by doing, by excelling in martial art.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, before I'm going to ask your dad a question when you leave the stage. I'm going to ask, so Mr. Roger Mbianda, get ready. I have one or two questions to ask you. But first, Tendo Mbianda, is there something that you want to tell the African child who looks like you about martial art?
Say that again?
Is there something a message that you want to give the African child watching you right now about about the benefits of martial art?
Yes.
What is that message?
This is something our teachers and masters always tell us. When you're doing Taekwondo, you sweat, be safe, and have fun.
And let's hear from your brother now. What's your message before we go into some action? People are waiting to see you in action. What's your message to fellow African children, the children who look like you?
So, the message to the African children is if you join Taekwondo, you're going to be able to defend yourself, live a happy life, and develop some respect while at it.
Very good. Now, before I wrap up with you to call in your dad, to ask your dad some questions, we wanted to keep this at 45 minutes. Let me get each of you first alone on the stage displaying your Taekwondo art. Who wants to start? All right. Okay. Now, your brother, step aside. I'm going to leave you alone on the screen to demonstrate what you know. All right. You go.
Attention. Bow. Ready position.
Turn!
Charging form. Begin.
Yes, sir.
All right. You are brother now. You have the platform all to yourself.
Attention. Bow. Ready position. Go! Chunji form. 19 movements. Performance. Begin. Go! Good! 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 Back to ready position. Go! Attention! Bow. Dismissed.
Yes, sir.
You are watching Voices of Africa, and you are watching those amazing 9-year-old boys. Oh, boy, boy, boy. They say they're going to have to one day become a Shaolin or another Bruce Lee. What about Wang Yu? And I mean, it was watching them, it was like, it feels like sitting in a martial art class. And I told you from the start, I had to wear the short sleeve in case I felt threatened or I began feeling like being in trouble. Then I have to run away so fast, I don't have to worry about my tie and my suit on. I am now going to bring in Mr. Mbianda. Mr. Mbianda, if he's ready, the kids can stand by their father. Mr. Mbianda, please go to where the kids are. I will be talking to Mr. Mbianda, your daddy. Once he comes on, I'm watching. Once he comes on, I will be beautiful. Okay, very good. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the father of these two fascinating young men. Mr. Mbianda, I have to tell you that you have two young lions near you there. I mean, I know you are dad, but are you safe?
I am safe, very safe, actually.
You should be, because I can imagine a situation that these two young men will spring like cats to your defense in case you were threatened by somebody on the road.
You can say that again.
I can't. Listen, I had to wear this just to make sure that I didn't walk away with broken jaws if I had to run away. I run so fast.
You're right.
Mr. Mbianda, tell me a little bit, how did these young children get to developing a passion for martial art?
So first of all, the other sister, Roselle, is involved in gymnastics. And so when I took Roselle to gymnastics classes, they would follow me. They always follow me. And sometimes they get hurt. While Roselle is doing her acrobatics, they will be involved in jumping on ropes and trying stuff around. And so one of the gymnastics coaches suggested that they could also enroll. They did, and actually started with gymnastics. And all of a sudden, they told me that gymnastics was for ladies, and they needed something a little stronger. And so one day they came back from school and told me they found that thing. And I said, "What is it?" He said, "Taekwondo." I said, "All right, you got it." And that is how they got involved in Taekwondo.
Have you had to influence them one way or the other? Because I'm trying to find out, typically, when African children come here, what they want to do is go to school, graduate, have a PhD, and probably work for somebody. Nothing wrong with that. But what is surprising to me is these young children, they develop such fiery passion for martial art, and they're saying they're going to have to go up to the last rung in the art. That's amazing.
When I came to the United States, my background is in teaching. I'm passionate about teaching. When I came to the United States, I noticed that I was in an area where everything is possible, anything is possible. And so when I decided to join the military, and training taught me that I can use my body to do just whatever I want. So I thought the same thing could happen with my children. And so I told myself, whatever they get interested in, I would support them. And that is how I decided to get them involved in gymnastics with no regrets. They want to get as far as they want to go. I'm going to support them.
You don't look like a normal African parent, because most African parents think that, well, for example, I'm a journalist. I think that my children should be journalists. Now, you think kind of different. What is the message you have for African parents, or parents of immigrants generally, whether they're Africans or not?
Yeah, I do. I do. First of all, I encourage them. I know that when we come to the United States, for example, we are in a place that is not our home. Sometimes we do not have enough time to follow these kids around and make sure that they do exactly what they want to do, because honestly, we kind of have poorer backgrounds and we want to do more than one job to feed the home, so we do not have time for them. But I just want to tell everybody that investing in your kids is a better investment than doing those 2 or 3 jobs. If you consider that taking care of your children is one of those jobs, it is going to pay off, because that is the reason we came to the United States in the first place, because of our family. So we should not take care of ourselves and forget to take care of these children, who are eventually going to be our walking sticks when we grow old.
Wow, this is amazing. The last question I'm going to ask you, Mr. Roger Mbianda, is what is the mistake you have noticed with African parents when it comes to raising children here in the United States?
That is a tough one. I'm actually at the moment doing a doctorate in curriculum development, and my thesis is around how immigrants, the difficulties that they face in helping their children with homework. One of the mistakes that our parents, the parents of immigrant children make, is they do not pay attention to the things that they do both in school and at home when they come back from school. First of all, they are not present. And that is a big mistake, because before you know it, the children are out of hand, and we are told that when a mature stick is bended, whatever way you try to straighten it is going to get broken. And so when they are young, we want to pay attention to them. As far as we get to the United States, we want to pay attention to every move that they make and stay on them. Again, I understand that we have so many things we need to take care of, both our families here and back home, but we need to pay attention to the kids that we have in front of us. That's an investment, which a lot of our parents don't do from our immigrant backgrounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's how we wrap up this edition of Martial Art Life on Voices of Africa, Chatnite Africa. I discovered these children, they were at their school performing, and I said, you know what? As long as I'm safe in their presence, I will bring them on Chatnite. So the first thing we had to agree on was that I have to be safe. I have to go back with my jaws intact. They kept that. They kept their word. I'm not walking away with broken jaws. Blessing and Tendo, I want to thank you so much. I can see outstanding levels of self-confidence in you. It has to be because of the martial art you are doing, is it?
Yes. It is about the martial arts we're doing.
I see that. Roger, thank you so much for raising these amazing kids. You give my regards to their mom.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And that's how we wrap up. And I want to tell everybody that this show is also on YouTube. Roger, you can tell your friends. It's on YouTube. It's on Facebook. They can go watch it there, share it with their friends. And, you know, if you know anybody, regardless of nationality, who is doing something extraordinary, please let us know. These are the people we want to bring on Chatnite Africa. My name is Divine Chamukong. I'm anchoring this broadcast from Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. Check out our website, That is www.chatniteafrica.net. That's chatniteafrica.net. We can also be found on all Google search engines. You can also go to your Play Store and download the app Chatnite Africa. We're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, we're everywhere. We bring stories that paint the bright sides of who Africans are, of what Africa is. Thank you for watching. Merci à tout le monde. That's how I say goodbye. I will see you soon, and very, very soon.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming. Coming to get down. I'm coming. I'm coming. Coming to dance. To dance. We're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. We're gonna get down. We're gonna get down. We're gonna party. Party hardy. We're gonna boogie. Boogie woogie. And when we jam, it's out of sight. This song right here, it's dynamite. I'm ready. I'm coming back.